Hello and welcome back to yet another live AMA session with Newton School. I am super excited to talk to you all. We have Sadat on the screen as well. While we go on, uh, let me just quickly see if you guys can hear us. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear us, if you can see me and Sadat on this call, and we will shortly get started. Give us a quick thumbs up, guys. I'm waiting for your comments in the live chat. Yes, Ganesh, we're about to start, and we're excited to talk to all of you. You guys know that Sadat has cracked his tech career by jumping from a 3 lakh per annum job to a 26 lakh per annum job at Flipkart, which is surprisingly also a dream company for all of us. So congratulations, Sadat, on cracking this amazing opportunity and amazing job. And we are super excited to talk to you. I'm very grateful to you that you could make some time for us today. Also, a lot of people are sending us a lot of comments. A lot of people are talking about, giving us a thumbs up, and they are excited to talk to you. So let's get started. So the first things first, I want to understand why did you choose to come to Newton School?
Yeah, so as you guys know, I was previously working in a services company, and I mean, they gave me a support role, and I wanted to switch to a career in tech. So I mean, in programming basically, and then I started looking for opportunities. And then my friends suggested me about Newton School. They explained me about the structure of the Newton School and how the mentors and how the sessions are here. And then I researched about, a lot about the Newton School, and I found that it seems like a fit for me, and I can study here and I can get a job here. Yeah.
Sadat, I'm sure a lot of your friends are watching this live. Guys, if you are friends of Sadat, give him congrats on cracking this amazing job. And we see more people coming in on the live. I'm happy to see that. And Sadat just told us that, why he chose to come to Newton School. So, Sadat, because I know that I've spoken to you earlier as well. I understood that you somewhere had an inkling or had this desire to make a career in tech, right? But then, while you were trying to figure out all your options, while you were trying to figure out what to do to make a career in tech, um, what made you think that Newton School was that one place who could, that could help you get a great tech career?
Yeah, so basically, it's the structure and the guidance I can get in Newton School. I was I mean, I could have practiced the DSA and on my own, but like I needed a extra push and a mentor and a guidance so that they help to help me in getting the job. So that's why I wanted to join here and utilize the mentor sessions and the mock interviews. Of course, this is a major role which played a huge difference in getting the job, and I could, so that I can reduce my fear in giving the mock interviews. Yeah, so that's why I choose an school to get the proper guidance for this getting the job.
Awesome. So that we'll get on to the mock interviews part very shortly. But before we get on to that, I want to understand a few things from you in terms of, let's talk about the elephant in the room. That is DSA. A lot of students who come to Newton School and even otherwise have this fear of data structures and algorithm. It sounds very intimidating to a lot of people, and I don't know if that was the case with you. And if it was, then how did you deal with it?
Yeah, so the start, like everyone has the fear of TSA, everyone. So then the major point was, like I was like one of the guys who was like feared of DSA and wanted to get rid of that. So then I started like practicing a lot. So the main key is to practice a lot DSA. I mean, if if let's say the people, like, they practice some of the questions and they get stuck in the other questions, and they're like, we are facing difficulties in the essay, but the major key here, to practice a lot. So everyone has to go through this journey. As you practice a lot, you explore a lot of problems and a different sets of problems. And now from this learning, then you can utilize this curve, or utilize this learning from this to the other problems, so that when you encounter any similar set of problems, you'll easily solve it and will be feel comfortable for that.
Got it. So I find it very interesting that you're saying that practice was something that was something that you decided to be consistent with. How much did Newton School's product, the place where you used to learn every day, you used to do your assignments, your projects, how did that help you, and how much utilization did you do to make sure that you were learning?
Yeah, so after the instruction sessions, daily, whatever topic they used to teach me, I used to go first finish my assignments related to the topic, and then I used to practice on different platforms as well. Like Lead Code or G4Gs. And if let's say if I'm stuck on any of the problems, if I'm facing any difficulties on that, I used to try to figure it on my own. I used to spend, at the starting at 20 to 30 minutes, and then if I'm facing any difficulties more further, then I used to go to my mentor and the course coordinator, Surendra Sarifo, and I used to learn from them, and they used to explain me the problem, and then I was feel comfortable for that. Yeah.
Super. You just spoke about your instructors and your mentors and your course coordinator. Tell me a little bit about the right kind of rapport you had with your mentors.
Yeah, so mentor was really helpful. I was like free to call him anytime I wanted. And daily, weekly, we had two sessions, mentor sessions, and we used to interact a lot and talk about the in anything in general, any difficulties if I'm facing, or any topic I'm stuck on, or how, let's say if anything goes bad in mock interviews, how I can overcome that fear, and what is the correct approach to solve the problem, and how to get rid of it. Yeah.
What, if I may, what was the most valuable advice that you got from your mentors?
Yeah, so mentors were also like focus more on, they asked me to like learn a lot and focus on the development rather than just solving the problem. So they help us to understand the concept rather than just like just for this particular problem, okay, it is done like this way, and that's all. But then like they used to help us in the topics, and help us understand the concepts, what is in depth, and why, if this is happening, then why this is happening, and how we can what is the reason behind it. So yeah.
Superb, superb. So, it becomes very important for someone who is a programmer or a software developer to ensure that they are extremely logical with their approach. Do you think that once you joined Newton School helped you establish an approach of looking at problems very logically?
Yeah, so yeah, that was, that was an again skill that is required for a software developer, and to make any like industry, career in tech. So as you practice more, and as I mentioned, like mentors, and for the with the mock interview session, they helped me a lot in logic building skills. And as there is, as in the mock interviews, there is time constraint as well. Like you have to think it like quickly for that solution. And by practicing a lot and exploring various problems, I improved a lot in logical ability.
Awesome, awesome. Um, we have one viewer here who has just commented. His name is Darshan, and he's saying, "I'm also thinking to join Newton School. So, what advice would you give to someone who wants to join Newton School? What advice would you give to anybody who wants to make a career like yours?
Yeah. So as you know, I mean, Newton, when you can join Newton School and make sure that this 6 months of your life means it will be the most productive and most consistent 6 months of your life and the life changing 6 months. And the course, I mean, the structure is present in such a way that it's really helpful. And apart from the course structure, you have the mentor sessions and you have the mock interviews here, which are really helpful for you. Like even if you are a beginner in DSA, or if you don't know much idea about programming, you can cover in starting. There will be a phase of training phase and learning phase. In that, you will have to you will have even you can learn all these things. And Newton School will help you in your journey. And also you have to put your own efforts here as well, to achieve the goals. Newton School will push you, then you have to utilize that force to your advantage here.
Superb, superb. That's great advice, Sadat. I really appreciate that. Sadat, I want to move on to the part that you absolutely love, and that is, I want to understand your experience with mock interviews.
At the start, I was pretty nervous in giving interviews and any sort of interviews. Then, and like especially when interviews and plus the essay, it's really scary for many of us. And as you know, as the course started, I started giving interviews. And I got really comfortable with my communication, as well as the approaching of the problem as well. And as I approached more and I gave a lot of interviews, I gradually started decreasing the fear of interviews and giving the fear of any interviews here. And yeah, mock interviews really helped me a lot in achieving the job, I would say. Because for as you know, there is a specific level for each and every topic in Newton School. As arrays are different, a linked list or any advanced CSA is different. And here, when I gave it here, then I was like really I reduced the fear of that, and I was really confident in DSA after this.
If I may ask, how many mock interviews did you give?
Yeah, around 35 to 40 mock interviews.
Whoa, that is a great number. Sadat, I want to definitely tell you this that, looking at you right now while you are talking to me, I don't see any fear of any kind of interviews. You're doing this AMA session just fine, and everyone's enjoying to talk to you. So that is a great skill that you have acquired, and kudos to you on that. Moving on, how much impact did you see that the mock interviews had on your actual interviews that you gave for companies, and like the final interviews that you cannot miss? How was that experience, and how much impact did mock interviews have?
Yeah, so I'll talk about my Flipkart interview. So in the first technical round, the first question, the interviewer asked, like, it felt like a mock interview, to be honest. Like, I was able to finish the question in like 5 to 10 minutes, and it felt like I was giving a mock interview, and nothing is really happening in the interview. And so that much impact the mock interviews had on my interviews. And I was able to clearly communicate and explain my thought behind the problem. And able to reach the solution efficiently in the time. So yeah, impact mock interviews had really good impact on.
Awesome. Can you tell us a little more, because a lot of people on the chat are inquisitive to know about your final Flipkart interviews. Can you tell us a little more about them?
So the Flipkart I'll go through the rounds. Flipkart had three rounds basically. The first was technical round. It is like generally the PSDS round, that is the problem solving data structures round. It had two questions, and that, as I explained, the what happened in the first technical round. And the second round was the machine coding round, where I'll be giving a problem statement, And then for that problem statement, I had to design a solution for that. So anything, let's say, a simple example can be a snake and ladder. I have to design a game. I have to design the program for that, for taking the input and all that. So that is the machine coding round. For that, you can practice on Work at Tech. That is a pretty good platform to practice those. And the third round was the hiring manager round, where where we talked about the my previous experiences and about the companies, and yeah, and the general questions in the hiring manager. Yeah.
Superb, superb. Um, a few more questions here, Sadat. Uh, what was the kind of euphoria or happiness that you felt when you got placed, especially knowing that you cracked a job of more than 26 lakhs?
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, it was like a dream come true for me. I was, I thought, I was confident I had could crack a job around like 10 LP. I mean, I was confident about that. But getting a job in at 26 LP, and that too in Flipkart, it's like really a dream come true. And I cannot forget that moment when I received a call from HR department, HR from regarding this, and it was like really kind of an emotional moment. Yeah, but yeah, for me and my parents, and yeah, it was like great experience for that.
I usually ask this question to a lot of people. Uh, what did you do with your first salary?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and just I enjoyed with my family and friends with that. Yeah.
Superb, superb. We have a few questions coming in. I'll just take up a few of them very quickly. Okay. When someone is shifting from customer to apps, why would what kind of web development should they kind of focus on? This is a question from Sachin Sharma.
Okay, so what I mean, I think it's probably talking about the front end or the back end field. So it's basically, depends upon your major interest lies on. If you are more interested towards like building a website, and like more of a person who is like good at making good attractive things, and you then they definitely go for the front end development. If you're good at designing, and you if you're good at creativity, let's say, I mean, if you're good at creativity, you like how the websites look, then you should go for the front end development. And then for the back end part, it's basically mostly about involving DSA. So yeah, so that's DSA is like just connecting that to that. And if you're more focused good at the database side, and your DSA skills are strong, then you should go for backend.
Got it. One last question that I had. While you were at Newton School, did you have people who are from non-CS backgrounds? If I'm not wrong, you are also someone who was in an administrative role and not a technical role while before you joined Newton School. So there are a lot of people at Newton School who are not from computer science background, and who also who are working in different spaces in different kinds of jobs. Did that ever become a problem for you while you were at Newton School, and or for your friends who might have joined you while you were at Newton School?
No, nothing as such. We used to practice a lot. Like before joining I was when I was exploring the course in Newton School, I started learning. Just started learning Java and all that. I didn't have much knowledge of Java beforehand. I didn't practice it a lot, but when I was starting with the Newton School course, I started learning Java and exploring Java. And like similar cases were with my friends as well. My friends were from the non-CS background, civil, mechanical, and they didn't face any of the such issue, because as there is a starting a a training session kind of thing, then we used to practice Java on Java, and yeah, we got comfortable with that.
Awesome,
Programming
awesome.
language isn't a barrier, I would say. Just, like, you can choose any programming language, it doesn't matter. The importance is when you can go for Java or C++, Python, anything, but the most important thing is your, logical skills and the DSA skills you have. Then that is more valuable, actually.
Awesome, awesome. It's been super interesting to talk to you, Sadat. I'm so grateful that you could make this time for us. I know there are a lot of other people who are commenting on the live section, and you will find a lot of answers to your questions in all the AMA sessions that we have done on Newton School's YouTube channel. So feel free to go ahead, take a look at all the sessions. Sadat, thank you so much for joining me. You've
Thank you for so
given
much for inviting me.
great insight to all the students here, and I'm sure that your career is soaring to greater heights, and you're going to grow more while being in tech. So congratulations on that.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for having me. Thank you, everyone.